we actually we have Tim here with us. I know everybody loves Tim, so that was
Loves Tim.
everybody loves Tim. Tim's
I
like
don't know if I
the
deserve
most
it.
Yep.
favorited person on Quid.
I like I like to think it's because of the mystery, but I'm destroying some of that here. But that's okay. I'm happy to do
No.
it.
It's late for you, right?
It is. It's about 10 at night, 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, not too
Crazy.
late.
Man, that's not terrible, but
No, it's not terrible, but it's almost my daughter's bedtime, so keep it snappy.
how old's your daughter?
16. Yeah.
Man, is that your only kid? Now I'm curious. I don't know if I've ever.
And now we're
asked
getting
about-
personal. I wasn't told this would be personal. But
I didn't warn him about this. He might even leave here in a second.
He's like, hold the hell on.
Then again, it's a list of
smoke screens.
pre-approved questions, so
I know.
Well, it's not really.
It's not my style.
next time,
Yeah.
not really an interview. I think it's more just
It's just
curiosity.
I mean, I don't know. Have you watched any of the Quiddcast or listened to any of the Quiddcasts that we've done?
I would like to say I have.
But you haven't. No, I know you're busy. You're busy.
I would be really proud to say I have. Yes.
Yeah. We do them more laid back. If you've listened to anybody,
Yeah.
we try to do everything way more laid back. It's not like an
If-
AMA or anything like that.
if you listen to one, you should check out the second one. That's not that. I mean, that's the first one. Of course, it's the best, but I meant mainly because it was more Quid history than we really got into some history. Quid history.
What are the themes you've gone through besides history?
We did the first week. EHM and JR talked a lot of what Trek.
We talked Trek, and then he went over the Ship of She. Like we were talking about the Ship of She history. Just a little bit of app history, but like nothing crazy. You know a lot more than the scenes.
Right. Well,
where
and
all
then
the
in
magic happens.
in the second, was talking about the history of hours we were on that live, and I was a lot of the stuff that me and you had talked about on that call we had when we were
On
trying
the call,
to
internal call, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it worked out well because it had refreshed a lot of stuff. So we kind of went over that, and then the third week was what was the third week?
It was just us, right? No, wait. How many of these have we had?
Yeah, it was. No, it was because that was the week.
Don't you have to start these off saying it's episode number, whatever?
No, but that was
No.
off on the whole food tangent at the end.
That's right. That is right. It was another longer episode. It was where I started getting hungry. We talked about food.
And then everybody
what wine
said
was best with Quid.
Well, we ended up talking about having a road trip where we were going to create sets while on the everybody's house to be fed because the users were volunteering to feed us. So that the fourth week we had Hayden on. So last week we had Hayden from Pop Culture on, and now
here we are.
Yeah.
All right. What are we talking about here?
Anything you want to tell us what you like about the app. Anything you want to, really. But you built a lot of this. I know you've had a big hand in building a lot of this.
Yeah. I mean, what I like about the app is a hard thing to answer because there are things I could go on rants or I could go on the things I really love. There's a lot of internal things, right? I would have to say, like, internally, the thing I'm most proud of are the hidden ASCII art throughout the Quid code that nobody gets to see. Those are the things that make me happiest day to day. I'm proud of our random algorithm, and I lived through many seasons of people claiming that Quid was cheating with our randomization and favoring certain users or things like that. And I am proud of the random algorithm that I created that has stood to this day and really is random. It actually is. You know, we can do odds boosting, which is something we used to have. with, your different collector level awards and things like that. You could get odds boosts. But that was the only way you could play with odds, basically. We didn't have anything that would favor people at all. And I can prove that by back when coins meant something. I remember spending 1 million coins to get my first Ship-a-She, and it was like a third edition. It wasn't the first edition. It took me 1 million coins to get a Ship-a-She. So I can promise you that we didn't play with odds. And my proud ASCII art for the code that chooses the quids that you get is a picture of the Millennium Falcon with a quote saying, "Never tell me the odds, kid." So it's
perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I love the potential that Quid has and all the things we can do with it. I like coming up with things. By the way, there's like an Easter egg in the new web site that was launched the other day. I don't think anybody's mentioned it or found it. So if anybody watching this is perfect timing. Anybody that's watching this live, if there's anybody can find the Easter egg and show it first, let us know, because there's some fun little thing out there in the website.
Well, now I want to go find it. Like, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
what is
Yeah, I
it?
know. It's like, let's pause the live cast, or let's live have you click around on the website until you find it.
Oh, I would lag out.
But yeah.
If I click around too much, I'll lag out.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to say what I like most are Easter eggs, hidden things, that sort of thing. I mean, programmers always like that kind of thing. Oh my God, you have 3,000, 4,000 in your wallet. Okay.
I have like $4,000. Yeah. I haven't cashed out at all this year. I'm waiting for taxes. I know I'm gonna have to pay.
We'll be checking when you finally cash out. We'll be doing a fine comb through your stuff to make sure it's all kosher, but I'm sure it is.
We're gonna
right.
check for fraud on the fraud guy.
Yeah.
We'll be,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get my withdrawal. I'll be like, I don't know what happened. I changed my email.
Now we see how the turntables. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, shinies. I was so happy when we launched shinies, for example, because to me they're the perfect thing that's just fun, and they're just fun. You never know when you're going to get one. They're really hard to get. The good ones are really interesting because they do a different take on the original, right? I'm not that into shinies that just add a gold border or a little flash or whatever. But I, as I've told Spyder many times, like I worked really hard to collect the first Snow White one, right? The first shiny we had was the Snow White one, where the evil queen. The shiny is her as the old hag, right? So shinies I love. I wish, I've been pushing to try to get into the app, the ability when you're looking at a shiny to be able to swap back and forth with the original, because that's what you want to see. You got something different, an alternative of the original. You want to see what the old one, the original one looks like, right? Especially if you're going to shop for one on the aftermarket. You should see that.
That'd be kind of cool, like those special effects cards where you kind of like those holograms, or I don't know what the hell the cards are called, but where if you turn it one way, it's one thing. You turn it another way. That'd be a cool effect if they could do something like that for sure.
Oh, like those old stickers or whatever with the ridges.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, QPR sort of has that by accident. I guess some of the QPR cards or 3D things have some sort of
they do. The coin just added today, it shines if you turn it a certain way. The color gets like brighter. So that's kind of a cool feature, but it doesn't change the whole image.
Nice. That has to do with the lighting angle, right? But if you go in, can you go into QPR and search for the original? I mean, since you're casting a screen here.
I can try. I may
lag. You own any?
As long as
I'm gonna warn you. I may lag.
Oh no! Oh my!
I'm running on a 2016 laptop. Let's see.
I don't know what I think too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's got to be the original. Yeah.
The screen will be.
Does it have to be a
but
3D one? Or?
I've lagged before.
But that is actually a really good idea, and I bet it could be implemented by the design team.
Yeah, that's what they're
right
called.
kind of rendering.
Somebody said it in the chat. I was just reading.
Yeah.
Lenticulars. Yeah.
Lenticulars, a nice,
That would be
good
amazing.
name.
Yeah. These ones?
I guess so. Yeah.
No, that's Man City. Hold on. Why?
No, click on.
Are you sure? That's Man
Did
City.
you
That's
filter?
not QPR.
Oh, maybe it's Man
and then
City
it,
that I
like,
was
took
talking
me
about.
back.
Maybe it's Man City that I was talking about. I don't remember. Did you click on it? Click and
Yeah,
try the
Man City and see if it.
It might be Man City that I'm talking about because it's looking like. Yeah, go for the
like
Man City
3D.
guy if you actually can do anything.
If you're not.
Yeah, it was the 3D one.
Completely frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just wasn't working.
Oh no, while loading, unless it's me.
It's
I
funny.
think he just cut out like a bunch of times. No speaking while loading your screen, apparently.
I know.
I think he frozen.
Yeah, we joke, because Quid is a very remote kind of company, right? I live in Brazil, and we'll be on calls with Quid Michael, and he'll be pulling an EHM there, and
frozen.
And we'll be like, yeah, you are.
Yeah,
it's
you're
hard
frozen.
to be on. You're frozen.
Completely frozen.
It's hard to be on calls with the third world here. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Oh, you're back now because you.
I'm sure this was totally worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got off. I told you. I knew that would happen. I was
no, he left it.
That's on you guys.
Oh no, you left.
He left it.
Yeah, I was lagging really badly.
Great television we got here.
Was
the
Easter egg made with love in Brazil?
Which one? Oh, was it?
That's what somebody asked.
Only Brazil. Only Brazil.
Only made with Brazil.
On the website?
But with plenty of love. Plenty of love, yes.
Oh, it does say that. Made with love in NYC in Brazil. Look at that. Is that the Easter egg?
What? No. Is that the name of the Easter egg? No. Oh, is that the thing? No, that's been there forever.
I never swim that far. I'm just like, I'm not.
Well, a lot of us don't use the web.
Yeah.
We all use the
I know you do. I know. I'm more of a desktop person, so I use the web more than the apps actually.
Funny
Not historically,
is,
of course, but lately.
I first started working here. I did a website version badly. I was like, are we have a website where I can use a computer? Now that we have it, I don't use it.
Isn't it typical?
Yes, absolutely.
Expect, yeah. That's why that's the real reason the engineering team never listens to its fans. We never. We know you're not gonna like it anyway once we give it to you.
You know what we actually want better than we know what we want. Okay.
Yeah. You want a faster horse. Yeah.
Do you collect? Have you collected any of the new drops at all, or not really?
Not lately. Well, I'm too busy. I'm also, I've never been a big collector, and to be honest, I'm not a big spender, right? I'm kind of a cheapskate. So when Quid was like free to play, I collected more, right? And so if I get like free coupons or whatever, I'll buy some stuff, and Quid can trick me into like when the coupons were being given out last month, or is it this month? In 2 hours this last month. I was buying shinies. I was using the coupons to buy shinies and accidentally spend a little extra, right? But I'm not a big spender. So I have the things I like. I like getting them. But also, Spyder's right. I'm too busy to do actual collecting. And, I could have a lot more to spend because I have a big collection and an old collection. So I've got a lot of stuff, especially with recollects. If I were keeping up on recollects, I could have a lot to spend, but I don't have time. And it would be fun for me to be looking at the recollects. The last time I did it, I enjoyed it.
The mascots, I don't know if you ever did though on those recollects
I didn't.
we did with all the.
I got one of the mascots, and I also wanted the TV. What was it?
Oh, it was loser award. Yeah, it was loser award.
Yeah, I wanted the loser award. Yeah,
with it on the. I think it was like,
that's Three Stooges. Three Stooges.
Yeah, that was Three Stooges. Yeah. And we were working and doing something, and he saw it and was like, "Oh, I want that."
I want that.
But I think it was $25, and he was too cheap to buy it. So
I would
have been too cheap too. $25 seems like a lot. That's a lot to spend. I'm cheap too. I don't like to spend too much on the app.
If I had your wallet, I would have bought it. Because I'm not like smart about being cheap. It's a relative thing. So it's the fact that it would like wiped out. I like having a little bit of a cushion so I can buy things every now and then, but I'm like out of the cushion. If I bought that $25 thing, I'd be pretty much out till I got my free coupons. Maybe when I get my free coupons, I'll go and look for that thing again. But yeah,
$20 coupon and went nuts and bought like a bunch of number one and like spent too much. Ended up depositing like too much. Nice. And was like, what am I doing? Spend, I'm telling you. It's a good idea.
Yeah. But okay, here's the thing. What I want to do and what I've always wanted to do is just have more things to do with the items. It's always been kind of my campaign, and we never get around to it much. So, after somebody finds the Easter egg, if you have any ideas of your own about little fun things we can put in, just let me know. And it may be that it just gets slipped in there without anybody noticing. If it's doable, right? It's doable. I know that there's a big
in there.
Yeah. No, sometimes we do. I know that there's everybody wanting us to be able to filter on lower, right? Mm-hmm. And hopefully that'll happen, but the truth is that one is technically difficult. It's not easy to do with good performance. Just the way the system's been designed. It's easy to look at one item and see what's lower than what you have, but to go through the whole collection of everything that's on sale and find the ones that are lower than your whole collection is not something that's fast to do. So I'm looking at ways to do that. We may have to try it and see if it works or doesn't work. I don't know, but that's something I'd like to do for people.
It works at the set level on the web. It works at the set level. Like if you go to an individual set and go to listings, it has the lower chip there.
No, yeah. No, that would work. No, looking at items and seeing if they're lower is fine, because when you're looking at a page, there's a limited number. Maybe there's 20 on the page, 15 on the page. We can check that. But when you're looking at all the listings that are out there,
that's a
and
lot.
Show me only the ones that are lower than all the things I own, when my collection isn't amongst the biggest, and I have maybe 100,000 items, right? It's not a fast query to do. So
you mean like a filter?
There are tricks we can do, but
like where you could look for
a filter, like on that,
Yeah, that makes sense.
To highest and things like that.
That'd be a lot of pulling of data to be able to
that's
compare
probably
to
put
what
a
you
lot of
had.
stress out there on the servers, I would think, because I'm assuming
Well,
that's a huge query.
I mean, it all depends on how it's structured, right? And the way it happens to have been structured makes that one hard in favor of things we've already done. But in this one specific case, it's harder to do. And there are kind of cheats we can do that I'm going to try, and we'll see. No promises. The only promise is I'll try. That's my try. My promise. Yeah. Are there any more questions out there?
Has it been talked about to delete listings that are over a year old? I know that's
No.
I was like, I know it's something.
Not with me. I don't know. I mean, it can be
been
done.
brought up.
Sure.
Yeah,
It can be done.
it's been brought up a couple times that people want
Yeah.
those to be removed because they've been sitting there forever, and people are probably gone at this point.
Although I will tell you something about those old listings as a collector, from the collector's side. When that recollect comes around and everybody's wanting to sell those things for $5 each because everybody wants to collect them, those year-old listings for 25 cents or whatever are going to sell like hotcakes.
That is true. That is true. That's 100%
You have to wait
true.
for the recollect. Yeah,
it is. Every
in fact,
time
somebody's going to buy them
there,
on the market. Yeah.
Right. As soon as that recollect, you go start looking, there's always a couple out there that are super cheap, and then after everything's way too expensive.
Yeah.
That's actually something I never thought of. I never thought about, like, well, those do benefit you with the recollect. I know the ones that get frustrating is when you find listings that are like $10,000 or $5,000 that have just been sitting there and they clog up, and you're like,
oh
gosh, not gonna sell. It's never gonna sell.
I'll tell you one I've been wanting to do for a while, and some of the other engineers have been talking about this, and we haven't had time to come back to it, is on wishes. Just ignoring wishes. If you could just ignore specific wishes, because there's all the whatever Mr. Beast. I'll buy a Mr. Beast for $1,000. It's like, no, you won't. And then we list the buy what you've got that you can sell for the most, and it totally throws off the way the wishes work.
Yeah, I don't even use that list at all, to be honest. I don't know many people who do, because even when you find one where like, oh, I can list that, it kicks you all the way back up to the top. At least for me, it kicks me all the way back up to the top. I'm like, I've scrolled through all this crap again to find something to sell. And I know one of the ideas thrown out there was to essentially escrow your wishes. So if I want something, I can put a wish out there for $20. It escrows $20. Somebody has what I want. They go click it, and they're like, yeah, I'll sell that for $20. They click it, they get $20. I get the item.
I
don't know if that's doable, though.
Well, no, it's totally doable. I will tell everyone a basic principle that ruins a lot of fun at Quid and a lot of the good features, right? In EHM, this, we've talked about this a lot, but a very basic principle, unfortunately, is no direct sales, right? Because it's a way to cheat, and the cheaters ruin it for everybody, right?
Right.
If there weren't any cheaters, you could have all those features, but that escrow is literally a direct sale, because all I got to do is have an alt account in my main account and say, hey, I'll buy that for 15 cents. Okay, accepted, and you've transferred it,
right.
without the risk of somebody sniping it, right? So that's the problem. That's why we can't have good things. But we can think of ways to make that happen. Certainly we can think of ways to make wishes better. Knowing that people aren't using it is frustrating, because we put all this thought and work into doing it, and it doesn't work out. And it's not a bad idea. It's just that it needs some tweaking. So any recommendations on tweaks on any of those things? I mean, storyboards are another case where we built something again, and storyboards were showcases, were shelfies, were over and over again, and they sit out there and they don't reach their maximum potential. And I would love to hear ideas of just the small tweaks that would make it 100% better, because I know there are a lot. And those are the kind of things that a skunkworks kind of project like this Easter egg is something we could do really quickly without anybody noticing, and it would make things better.
That's something we could probably put to council. Tweaks that just make the
Totally. Little
easier.
tweaks that would make it. And this one EHM of the problem, I don't use it because it jumps to the top every time, right? There's a reason for that. And I'm not sure off the top of my head. It may be because it requires a refresh or something like that. Maybe because of scrolling, because scrolling is a hard thing to do with a real-time feed of items that keep coming through, because you kind of lose your place of where you were. But that's another problem that could be solved. And if I wake up in the middle of the night with a solution, then it might be in prod a day or two later. We'll see. So let me know those little things that can make a big deal.
How long are the sold listings? Because I know that a lot of people complain about that, and I've seen it too. To buy something, and every time you click on one, it's already sold, but it's still sitting there, and you have to go through like
the
5.
idea was like 15 minutes. I think it's like 15 minutes, and I don't think that's configurable. It might be configurable now. Sold listings stay around forever because you can filter on sold items, and the top sales and things like that pull off the sold listing, so they stay forever. But I think on the regular feed, it's like 15 minutes. I don't think it's configurable. I think we'd have to do a code change, but we could make that configurable.
Well, I know there's still some listings out there, because I've seen this in a recollect where I'm like, oh shit, there's one for 50 cents instead of like $3, and it's a sold listing from like 4 months ago. I know a lot of those were fixed. Like, really? If I find them personally, I actually go to the user's page, or I try to go in and remove it, so that way nobody else sees it. Like, because
hide it.
My abilities, I try to remove it, because then it's like it still shows up in sold, but I don't want somebody to be tricked like I was, where I'm like, that's not there anymore. You get your hopes up, like, buy for 50 cents. Like, nope, never mind, $3. It is.
It could be. Oh, you know what? Those are. Wait, they're sold, but they say they're not sold. Is that it?
No, they say they're not sold, but they are sold.
Right.
Okay. Right. I was like, I thought you said it backwards.
Okay.
Or I'm saying it backwards. But you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. That is specifically. You can tell me. If there was a way we could put it into your hands, it would be like to have a refresh button on the listing. Because the problem is that's an indexing issue, that something got indexed wrong, and nobody will notice again until the system takes another look at it, which the system will never take another look at it. So you'd have to hit a refresh button. I know that on OpenSea and all the different NFT sites, they all have that kind of button in general, because that happens all the time with blockchains. But with our system, it happens every now and then too with our listings indexes. So that's what happens. It just doesn't know.
Somebody wants to know if you're happy at Quid.
Yeah.
Are you happy here?
Am I happy at Quid?
That's a loaded question. Yeah.
Of course I am. I'm so happy.
As he grabs
as he grabs his beer. And laughs maniacally. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm not being held
so happy. So happy.
Yeah.
All the stuff you guys are saying
I
in
am
chat.
Happy, yes.
All the stuff that you guys are saying in chat, like the little things, if you want to just send a message over so we can keep a kind of list and give it to Tim to look over, we could do that, because I know there's things about text on storyboard.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's a couple things.
Yeah, please. My most sincere answer about if I'm happy at Quid is that it's a mixed bag, as a lot of things are, right? I've been around a long time, So there's a certain amount of fatigue, but coming with the fatigue is like, I know this back and forth better than anybody. And so there's a mastery over it. So when you're working with something that you have a mastery over, there's enjoyment and pleasure in that, and I can get things done like that. So that's the work side of things. And in terms of what we're doing and the kind of things that we're producing, it's a very mixed bag, because there's so many ideas and there's so many things I'm excited about. There's so many reasons why they don't get done in the way or the time I'd like to get them done. So it's a mix of excitement and frustration pretty much every day. So, that's the way I'd put it. And there's so many things I would like to do. And we're in a phase right now, especially, these skunk things I'm telling you about or whatever, where there's a focus on livening it up and making it more fun for people. And that's why I want you, everybody who's watching and participating, to give us ideas for things that make it more fun. Because since day one, my push has been, it needs to be fun. Let's make it fun. Let's make it fun.
I can vouch for that, because we talk about that every now and then, about how we want it to be fun. Because we used to have a lot of fun, and things have changed and kind of grown, and there's been issues here and there, but I'd like it to be fun again, like it was, like, I hate to say 2016, but like 2016, 2017, when people were coming on, it was fun. They could collect. They didn't have to. It was different. There was a little bit more interaction with the key involved then, in my opinion.
So yeah, part of it is just number of people who are around, right?
True.
So there's a condensed number of old timers who are still around for each other and here with Quid and everything. That's good, but there's less excitement in that. And we want to grow that for sure. And like, there's no doubt not being free to play put a big had a big hit on that. What's going to bring it back up are things that are still being discussed. So, but there's a focus on community now, and there's focus on engagement. There's focus on things that aren't just buying and selling and drops, but there's also drops, because Quid has never been a usable app in terms of finding what the hell's going on, especially to new users. So, there's a lot of things to do to make it a better app. There are a lot of things to do to make it a more fun app. I'm going to focus on the more fun app, but better has to be part of that as well. But engagement and community is one of the main focuses we want to have right now. There's going to be features soon that's going to allow more engagement and communication. And I want to focus also on the things you can do with them. In 2016, I was talking about, look at these people who are building, hardware picture frames that you can put a digital picture in. It's like, we should make a partnership with them, so you can have your favorite Quids in their little picture frame. And it's like, that never happened. Why didn't that happen? There's that kind of thing for NFTs now, and the Quids are NFTs, so technically there's a way to do that, but we're not promoting that. But I would like to have a focus on just having more things you could do with your items and more ways you could show them off and that kind of thing.
I know back then we would have to have like actual physical like items of art. Like if you could get cards of the sets that you collected, like you could order them at one point, but I don't think everybody really had access to that. And that was some of the
stickers. I love the stickers. Yeah, I got mine.
I have them all over my computer. So my kids took them and put them on their pads, and I had a handful. I think we got when we were part of the mods. They sent us some stickers and a t-shirt. So I loved having those stickers. That was the coolest thing. I had a little Quid sticker too. I think it's somewhere.
Yeah.
I'd love to see stuff like that.
I know that like Panini started out their digital collecting experience with a website, and they didn't have an app, but their one kind of differentiator was that anything you collected digitally, you could like click a button and have them print and send it to you. And we talked about doing that kind of thing. I think we never really got the license.
Mm.
So I don't know why we didn't fully follow through with that. Just ended up not being the focus. I know that Quid Michael is all into physical collectibles, so maybe something could come along there. Here's a tech secret. That's not a big secret, but this is a little thing. To this day, there's a little checkbox on the items internally for I think the word we used is PWN, like PWN instead of OWN. It was PWN because we use own for you have the digital version. So I called it PWN when there was a checkbox for users to click and say, I own the real life version of this thing. It was especially for Funko, right? The Funko Pop stuff. We wanted to allow users to mark that, I have the physical version of this thing, right? But we imagined there would be this kind of not continuity, but mirroring, or what do they call it these days? They call it your digital twin type of idea of owning the digital version and the physical version. It was never used, but it's still cool. There. Yeah, still there in the system.
Yeah, because like EHM has some of the like Rick and Morty stuff, the physical, don't you? Like the cards.
I want to say I have Rick and Morty. I have a lot of the Adventure Time, and I have a lot of the Steven Universe, including insert sets too, that we've done on Quid. Like I have the physicals of most of those, like because I was really big into Cryptozoic, so I've bought way too much. I don't even want to admit how much I've spent on cards, but I mean, you would get sketches, so I've told Spyder this. I know there's a set we have for an artist I actually know that's on Quid because I remember talking to him about it and saying, hey, did you know your shit's on Quid? Like, this is actually pretty cool. He's like, oh yeah, like I knew about that, but I've never actually seen it because he didn't really use the app.
Yeah.
So it's cool when you find stuff like that because then that introduces you to different artists too, which is nice.
Quid has its little like resident artist program, sort of, right? We're getting some resident artists like Todd Goldman, and that would be so much easier when it's that kind of relationship to have that kind of parallel, or to have awards that are a physical print.
A lot of that lately.
This thing,
the physical award of just in-app things. Now people are earning all this physical merch. Like EHM over here went nuts over identity and won the last big for that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was as soon as that's because John Doe's went out and put out there's like, we're giving away a 1-of-1 canvas, and I'm like, what the hell? A 1-of-1 canvas? Like, I want that. Like, it's a physical thing. Bring that behind me.
Not to slight the digital stuff. Hey.
Well,
digital's better than physical. Yeah.
Oh, I've been told that too many times. I try to cut back on my physical collecting, and then I fail because then I get into something else. It was Funko. I think I've told you, but if not, like my Funko collection, I have like 1,300 plus Funkos.
Wow.
Yeah. I have problems, and then I collect a lot of video games. I have stuff that I don't like. I have stuff I'm like, I'm gonna sell this, and then I never sell it, and so it's just I hoard collectibles at this point. I got into autographs and everything.
That's why I like Quid, because I could hoard without having it take up space in my house.
Without needing shelf space. Yeah, exactly. See, they're better. It's better.
Yeah, I don't have to dust them. That was always my biggest motivation. I hate dusting. So it was like, I can just have it all on my phone, and it's all little and compact, and I don't have to take up room.
Pretty much all my life decisions are based on not having to dust.
Exactly.
Now what you have to do we need to get the design team to make it to where cards get dusty if you don't touch them on Quid. Don't you dust your cards.
Dare. Don't you dare.
No. That has been discussed internally.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, can't do that. That'd be terrible.
I know
dust them. Dusty pops, didn't we? And Firefly had dusty pops. I might
Did
be
we? Is
completely.
that
It's Firefly. It's Firefly. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I think Michael had said something about damaging your items. He's like, you know how like in comics or like cards, if you mess with it too much, it can get damaged. And I'm like, that's actually a cool concept. So like if you sell something and it's been sold, we'll say an item gets passed around 100 times.
right?
The person who has the last one, it's like it's kind of dinged up and like you could tell it's been like owned by multiple people. It was a cool concept. I'm like,
Kind of
I don't know
cool.
if anybody would like that.
That's a cool concept. I think it would be cool
Well,
if it's like the Ship-a-She after that first edition, like because back in the day, people used to trade it to each to complete that set because it was like the biggest goal was to complete the whole channel, and everybody had it all done one card. It was just that people could not get, so people would transfer it, or not transfer, but trade it back and forth to each other just to finish, say they completed. So I mean, that thing, there's probably a couple around like 20 times to different people. If it had gotten a little bit more worn, that would be such a cool story, though. The one that it ends up damaged, a little bit worn, but it's got like a history of 20 different people. I kind of think that'd be fun.
There's now I forgot what I was going to say. I mean, we've talked about history, right? Oh no, what I was going to say is about the trading to complete and all that. Yeah, that it was because of that sort of thing that we had to get smart about how we gave out awards, right? Because we used to give out awards just for completing. And then everybody was helping each other out and completing and then giving it away and breaking their sets. So we had to build in features to make sure you had to own it at exactly that time in order to get the award, because people were nice and helping each other out. That's true. But it was also kind of cheating. But one thing we've wanted to do, I mean, we finally got history. It took a while from the idea we had it to actually making it happen, to have the history of items on display, right? What we wanted to do was have geolocation mapping of the ownership history, because then you could do fun things. I totally want to see people trading things just because of where it's been, right? For one thing, for one thing would be the geolocation stuff, because you've seen people who like go on a bike or a run and they turn on their GPS and then they draw like, "Will you marry me?" or something in their run. It would be fun to see people trading like that, just so like the item could hit all the continents or could draw something in terms of the ownership. That would be totally cool.
Would be really cool.
Harder to do now. There's no trading. But also, we don't really accurately track location of people. And we don't have like a historical record of where everybody's been at the time they got something. So we don't have that kind of data, but it would be fun. What I want to do, and maybe there's going to be a Easter egg someday where this happens, is item ownership. If you could see when you buy something, the list of all the storyboards or shelfies or whatever that were ever made with that item. And because even though, when you see it, it's just, it's the item, it's the quid, as we call it, the picture. We actually keep track of the exact print that was used for that. So when you buy a print, you could technically be buying at least a view into the different storyboards that were created using that one. So that would be a way for people to add Easter eggs or messages, or, it's kind of like a geocaching type game where if you could see all the pictures that were made out of that one item. To me, that's a fun thing that could be done. And maybe
because if you made a cool
future
storyboard that like some text in, you made like a little secret message, and then you went and sold the item, and then whoever can then see those storyboards that were linked,
right?
Like that kind of thing.
It's totally a way to add value to any item too. If you did cool artwork with the thing, and then you were selling the item, but you're also selling the artwork along with it. And to add to that, one of my best ex-Quid friends is the artist Renata, Brazilian lady who was our first designer, and she designed a lot of our original sets, and some of the, she did a lot of the Star Trek stuff and whatever, but she also has original Quid Lab sets that she herself did all the drawings and everything, and all our other Quid artists. And what does it mean if you could buy the print that the actual artist owned? Right. You could look at the history and see that the artist was the original person that pulled that one and sold it. Or if you bought it straight from them, there is something of history in there to see that it was originally owned by the artist. Right.
Yeah. Go into the storyboards, throw it in there and sign it. And then you'd get having it on their storyboard with like their signature.
Yeah, you could do that if you don't have the drawing tools. You need the drawing tools on iPhone. You could type I am handy the artist, right? But you can do that. I mean, what if you, for example, bought a Mr. Beast sticker that was owned by Mr. Beast? Isn't that a value add? Isn't that something? Yeah.
Did he collect on it? Did he actually collect? I don't know if he actually collected on the app.
I mean, he had to, right? He had an account.
I think so, but
he had an account and he had to open packs to show how to open packs on Quid. He owned stuff. He didn't own that much. He wasn't in there that long, but he did own some stuff. And if he could turn around and sell it, I'm sure he'd be happy to do that, right? Not now. He's worth way more than selling an item on Quid. But
I can't afford him
but
anymore.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
time
if
for us to go looking
like at the very
at
beginning,
its collection and maybe
yeah, an influencer that is at the first moment trying out Quid and making sales or making trades at the time and all that, somebody got it. And so there are items that were historically owned by Mr. Beast that are in the hands of other people, right? So something
that's
to think
pretty
about,
cool.
right?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I didn't think he actually bought anything, nor I was like, well, he probably is just Mr. Beast on here, but there's so many fakes that people had created.
Right.
Like,
yeah, we don't have the little checkbox you could pay.
I was just going to say that the little blue check mark.
Yeah, we need Quid verified accounts.
Yeah,
maybe we should add that. Maybe we
should add it just for like Mr. Beast. I am Mr. Beast checkbox. $8. Yeah.
Well, even like our artists in residence, like Goldman has an account on Quid. His could be verified too. So and
Hayden should be
or like
verified. Yeah,
I mean that'd be a cool idea.
Or the guys from Blockchain Heroes, I know they have an account because they were buying. So that would actually be a cool idea. It's small, but like at least you'd be able to say like these are verified. Like we verified these are their actual accounts. Because it does add value, like you said.
Right. And if you looked at your items and like one of those people had owned it, a check mark showing that was the verified artist, whatever it may be, that might be a cool thing to add. I like.
Yeah.
Maybe turn their DMs off.
Yeah.
Just to be nice to them, turn their DMs off for
messages.
Yeah.
I want to do that before they end up with 1,000 messages coming in asking them for stuff.
I mean, I kind of asked Hayden for something last week.
Yeah, I did too.
Those are easy to ignore if you're not using your DMs for other stuff, I guess.
Yeah, if you're not on the app very much, you don't see it as often. But I know that messaging an app is kind of hard right now because of vacations, so people don't ever know they have messages. I think that's being worked on. There is supposedly coming in the future.
Indeed.
Maybe.
That's another thing I have to work on.
No, well, no, it's not the work itself. It's defining the rules of what it's supposed to do and how it's all supposed to work and everything. Because it can be so powerful, and there's so many different ways it can be used. And picking out what are the first things we're going to do and how we're going to do it, you leap immediately ahead to all the possibilities, and you got to really cherry pick the easy and highest value stuff first, right? And even that's going to be some good work. But yeah,
there's a lot you can do with the message, a lot of different options. So you kind of have to figure out what you want to do for. We were just talking about that earlier with Message Center. There's so much we could use that for. It would be so helpful.
Yeah. But yeah, collector council, bring those ideas and help us choose.
I think
but yeah, it helps if you filter, it helps if you pre-filter and in order to think, no, let's do the most important stuff first.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you determine what's the most important?
How do I determine? I don't determine.
That's
not my job, which is why, my job is picking skunk projects. What are skunk projects? They're the things I can slip in that are fun, that take almost no work and didn't have to get approved and just kind of went out.
That is good.
But
then like a year, Michael's like, that come from? Don't know.
It's always been there. What are you talking about?
But that was, the biggest skunk project of them all, as I've said, is the website, right? I was literally told not to build a website. And so we just kind of built the website. And it's like, oh, that is cool. Let's launch it. Okay, good idea. But yeah, how do you pick? In a generic sense, you pick. I mean, the right way to do it is. I don't even know I'm not a product owner. The right way to do it is to have a sense of the market you're trying to hit and its needs, and you bring it down to an ROI, maybe? Return, on investment. So it's, what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to achieve an increase in number of users? Are you trying to achieve an increase in revenue? Are you trying to increase revenue per user? Are you trying to increase engagement? There's so many different focuses you can have. So the first thing you got to pick is your focus, and that depends on business strategy, vision, and that sort of thing, right? And you can do that empirically, or which is the way we usually do it. Once you've got that, a lot of it is, like I said, low-hanging fruit. So it's like, what can we do in a week that's going to have the biggest impact, and that sort of thing. It's like, users don't even know when they've got a message. Users don't know when they made a sale. Users don't know when there's a wish for an item they own. Users don't know, whatever. Users don't know that we just launched a new collection. They don't know we launched a new recollect. Users don't, there's so many different things. The best ones would be, the lower you've been looking for forever is on sale now for 50 cents. Well, that's what I want. That's the best return on investment for users. So the first thing you have to do is figure out your goals, and then you pick the best one from there, I guess.
I'm going to vote for that one, the engagement. I vote for that. So
I'm the engagement. Yeah. Engagement. I have to say that certainly on a positive note, there's been some good discussions recently regarding how to improve engagement, and engagement not in the sense of looking at your phone all the time, but engagement in terms of making it funner for the whole community, improving the community, and getting people coming in to be with each other. So there's some low-hanging fruit there that hopefully will be coming out pretty soon, and that is probably actually going to push off the notification center again, but I think will be worth it. And it's not my job to make any sort of announcement, so I'm not saying anything more than that.
Oh well, Michael, everybody about news coming back. So I think everybody knows that we're going to have a news feed in app again, where people can actually talk. So that's already kind of been thrown out.
Yeah, it's a better idea than just that, but
well, I don't even know if I know.
I would say. Yeah, it's kind of maybe it's an evolution of that. I don't know. It's an evolution of that, and it's one of those things that it was talked about, and I hope it happens. And I'm gonna have to talk about it a lot more internally to make sure it does, but I think it will.
Okay, so you're gonna have to message me and tell me what you're talking about, because now I'm dying of curiosity.
Yeah, I'll go over it. Yeah. In fact, you should be the main person to give input on it, because you would probably be highly involved in that sort of thing, and you have to say if it's a good thing or not. So yeah.
So I'll never hear about it, probably. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you will. Like 3 months from now, when I remember it, I'm like, oh man, they should have told you about that.
That's how it happens. I'll be like, wait, why?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Why are we doing that? I don't understand. You'll be like, I thought they talked about it. I kind of do the same thing to you, though. I'll be like, can you do this? Didn't they tell you about that? And you'll be like, nope. So
that happens often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One more interactive EHM. Could you click on the expiring button over there?
Oh no.
Just don't talk. Click on it.
Now see the magic.
No drops. No drops available.
we worked hard on that. Let me just explain publicly what the deal is with that. That is not a bug. At least it's not a code bug. As I mentioned to Spyder here earlier today, like I would have named that tab chases. That's a tab for expiring chases, things that are ongoing. Because the idea of that top thing is what's going on in Quid right now, and there are chases. What? There are no chases going on right now? No. There are chases going on right now. But,
I was gonna say
no, there are chases going on right now. Why is there nothing on that list? It's because they are like swag. I think the awards are like coupons and things. They're physical.
Right. There's no checklists.
Things.
Right. It's we don't have checklists. If there were check show there, that would be where our expiring
in checklists. They're there. No, there's no checklist. There's no checklist. It's being done a different way. Because basically there's no like swag award supported by Quid, right? And so there was no checklist created. And so what I'm going to try to crank out tomorrow, I guess, would be a swag award type, so that we could have in here in the expiring list the chases that are going on right now with these sets, and it can say, you're not getting an item, you're not getting credit, you're not getting a coupon, you're getting whatever, 50, I think it's like a $50 coupon for real life coupon for something else outside the app, right? It'd be a t-shirt or something like that. So then we can have that list filled in after all the work we did. Bad timing. But
cool. I think that'll look really neat.
Yeah.
So people know it's ending, and they can, probably have a time sim too, so they know how much longer they have.
There's a timer expiring. Right. Yeah. There are some nice things with it. Like, I don't know if you click on the Bored Ape set. I know it doesn't have this. Like, there are some changes that came out with this release. Oh, I forgot.
I actually have one open.
Oh, nice.
No, I could talk. I have this one open. This is for tomorrow.
Oh, that's Group C. Yeah, Group C has the notify me. There's a leaderboard now on the web, and
well, and I noticed
the
on
apps
the
are going to
homepage,
change. Yeah,
you have the
you
rank
see your
at the top of here
position,
now.
your rank.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to see the awards on this page when there are awards to be seen. If there's a chase going on, like after the original drop has happened, then you'll start seeing the awards and things like that. Anyway,
That's pretty cool.
That should be fun.
Yeah,
because a lot of that's supposed to come in app, right? Like I know
it'll be an app very soon. Yeah,
a lot of these. Yeah, that takes longer, I assume, than web.
It takes longer, and it has to be done in bigger increments, but it'll come out. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a chase going on for that Rolex right now, so that's kind of a big one. But physical
Rolex
merchandise swag, yeah, it's the board.
Did you not know this?
Rolex.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't have time. I don't know what's going on actually in
He's like,
Quid,
what
which
the
is why
hell
I
do
was
you
like,
mean of Rolex?
I was like, we need a feed on top that tells me what's going on, because I have no idea. Yeah.
Problem though, because I was so busy, I stopped collecting as and all these changes started getting made, and the people would ask me where something was, and I'd be like, I have no idea anymore. I have no clue what's even. I had to go start collecting. I would know what we changed because all kinds of things happened, and everything I was like lost myself. That had never happened before. It was crazy.
And we're supposed to be having meetings now before every release where I show you these things, and I was like, "You guys want to see it?" And it's all, "Yeah, I don't know. Is it important?"
We're leading. How about
another meeting? I like surprises.
We'll just figure it out. Pretty much. I'm gonna have to find it. I need to
go get people to sleep. I need to get people to sleep.
You have to put mine to sleep shortly too.
Yeah.
I have to go and send it to you so you can see it. If I can find it.
Yeah. Well, wait, you're sending me a digital copy of the Rolex?
I was just gonna show you the picture of it so you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I can collect it. Yeah, no, it's my pleasure to be on here. I stayed, obviously, it was my pleasure because I stayed half an hour longer than I promised. So
yeah, you're just like Michael.
Yeah.
He leads by example, I take it.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be like, I've got 10 minutes. And then he's on for an hour and a half. Well, once you get talking, it's kind of hard to cut yourself off because when things get going. Oh, I got a picture I have to send now. Very cool.
You don't want to put it on screen here to live stream for people to collect? You got to sell what we're selling.
I can send it to and see if he wants to share it. I don't know if it'll lock up your screen.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I sent it to you in your direct messages.
We won't know if if the Rolex, if the hand isn't ticking because it's a static photo, or if it's your web here, your computer.
Yeah, I just sent it DMs if you want to just go, or you can go to or whatever you want to do.
I'll go to Hayden's page. I know he posted on there.
Yeah, really easy on Amoka. And Amoka had it up too, so.
Well, I think he has a certificate of the certification posted too.
Looks pretty cool. I like it.
Are you hoping? Are you chasing? Are you buying sets, Spyder?
I've been buying the sets, but I doubt that I don't even think if I won, I don't get to be able to claim it. So sadly, all the cool gifts.
It's this right here. It has to load.
Yeah, well, the last thing we gave away for Around the World in 80 days, and there was a Vern first edition book. I mean, how cool is that? Love to have gotten that.
That is really
But no.
cool.
I'd get in
That is cool.
trouble if I tried to collect it. There's some wine.
Where are we at?
It's on here somewhere, I'm sure. I would think.
I know it is. He posted it because it was like
It would have been
coming
easier to
soon.
You could have just clicked on it. I sent it to you.
Hey, I'm not trying to click on anything because I'm surprised this is not like freaking out or anything. I thought it was with the cert though, because I know that's what was up here. There's his wine. That's another thing. Oh well, no, he's giving it. I think they're doing vodka, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, for I think the first 2 people in each set get a one, and then I think 3 to 10 get 20% off coupons for it or something along those lines.
Didn't it say under there tomorrow our most valuable whatever IRL?
Yeah,
It says Rolex.
Yeah, that's the certificate.
I know where the Rolex is. That's the certification for it. I know he has it though.
I'd wear that.
There it is. I just had to scroll up.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. It looks pretty cool. I like it.
Oh,
wow. I would want to win it, but I don't want to pay taxes on that.
Can you click on it, or well, you get all laggy if you try to make it a little bigger?
Let's see.
Thinking about it. Oh, there we go.
Good. Yeah.
Nice.
This is kind of a bonus to it's a bonus because it's like we have this on Quid, so it kind of ties a little bit of everything together. It ties Quid together, it ties the Bored Ape Social Club together, and then it's a Rolex. So
yeah, exactly. No, that is really nice. I'm impressed, and I work for Quid. I had no idea we were doing this. Yes, good job.
It sounds like me. I think I found out because I think the Pop tweeted it first, and I was like, "Wait, what? We're giving away a Rolex?" And I had to go. I didn't even know anything about it, so it's like, "Well, that's kind of cool." I found out the same way, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. All right.
That's
well,
the biggest one so far.
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Well, you'll have to join up again. We'll find something to talk about, or somebody's gonna find that Easter egg, and then we'll come up with a list.
Let me know when somebody finds an Easter egg. I mean, I don't know if they recognize it as an Easter egg. Anybody who hasn't used the website might not know it's an Easter egg, but it is something you haven't been able to do before. So let me put it that way: it's something you haven't been able to do before, but has been in our minds for literally years, and we're just like, why don't we just do it? And we did it. So there it is. Yeah. So let me know if anybody finds out, and I will not get you this Rolex, but I will be very proud of you. I will be
You're gonna get a virtual pat on the back. You'll get or
a virtual pat on the back. That is right. I will accept your DMs. There you go.
Accept them. Oh, I won't block you. You accept it.
I won't block you.
Only
if you can prove who you are.
It's the right one, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong, you're blocked forever.
Yeah. Yeah. So
only one guess, so make it a good one. Exactly.
Yeah. Who was that? Send me the username of that person who guessed it was made with love. They're gone.
that was Miss Law. Now you just blocked her forever. That's terrible.
That's a sweet sentiment. Out of here.
Yeah, good guess.
All right.
But nope. All right. Well, thank you for jumping on with us.
All right. It was a pleasure.
I'll talk to you.
Well, good night, everybody.
Tomorrow, I'm sure.
You
Happy
too.
December. Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
December for me now. Yeah.
Not here yet. I have 4 whole hours left. Hopefully, I'll sleep
have 3.
December. Good night.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
rest of it anyway.
I don't actually know how to leave anymore. I don't know how this app works. So you can just watch me go
close
around
the
getting
tab.
ready
I
for
think you
bed
just
now.
close it.
I don't know.
I can close it. If it says leave, right?
Oh, because I'm like full screen. No, I was full screen. So
Oh, I gotcha.
I get out
That was
of
the same
here.
thing last week. He was like, how do I leave? What do I do?
I'm like, I have no idea. I only have a button to end the stream.
Good. Bye.
Uh,
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh no, I hit leave and it's opening the dictionary now.
no.
Oh, he left.
Oh, that was funny.
That was funny. I thought he was just gonna walk away. I was like, oh, he's just
I
gonna
did
walk
just
away.
leave
This
it
is-
going, and as he
This is gonna be funny.
wanders off. Oh, good grief.
Oh.
That was funny.
Well, that was a nice bonus.
Okay.
We had Tim. So
I know. That was nice.
And
I'm glad he was able to jump on because I gotta go put my
off too.
kids. Yeah, I gotta put my kids to bed. They're waiting on me. Snapchat asking if I'm done yet. So I'm gonna have this. But this was fun. We can announce who's coming next week, though, if you want, unless you already have somewhere.
What? I like froze.
It's like, are you frozen, or did I don't know what just happened.
No,
I said, if you want,
I was watching my time.
What?
I
okay.
know when I freeze because my clock literally stops, and now I figured out. Remember how I've been trying to figure out why I'm about 2 minutes behind from my computer time to what time it is? It's because of my computer freezes. It literally stops time. So yeah.
Computer
I
is
can
bending
announce who
time
we
for
might
you.
have. Are you gonna? I could announce who we might have. We should have. I have confirmed next week. They may reschedule because they are busy, but we should have.
Well, they sent
we should
me
have John Doe's.
You haven't looked, but I messaged you. He emailed me and confirmed next week and gave me the assets so we could promote it. So I would assume that for sure.
Awesome. Well, we will have John Doe's next week. No, I didn't freeze. Yep. Don't say that. I'm watching my time like anytime. I'm like, I was thinking. We'll have John Doe's with us next week. And he'll be bringing Skip Truth. If anybody watched the stream he had done before, Skip Truth is his alter ego, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's
Yep.
It's I don't know how to explain it. It's like a digital creation that's going to be on stream with us. But yeah, we'll have John Doe's next week, so that should be fun. And then I'll try to work on
alter ego.
I'll find somebody else. We'll get somebody else on here maybe the week after. Maybe somebody from the community.
It says John Doe's is the mind and Skip Truth is the mouth on his promotion material. So we got the mind and the mouth coming. The dynamic duo. That's what it says.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. And we'll have to plan something further too. So I don't know what we'll do, but yeah, community member might be fun. I haven't been on here with anybody from the community yet, so maybe Laptop will want to on a call. I've not.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh wait, weren't we talking about? All right, I'll talk to you about it after. Cool idea.
We could have him. There's also I've talked to the person I was telling you about that we could bring on. I've told him that, hey, you should come on sometime, but he would need multiple episodes because
what are we talking about?
About who to bring on the week, not next week, but the week after. Damn, keep up.
Oh, but who needs multiple episodes? What do we? I think
Dark Side.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was like, I'm thinking Dark Side, but I don't know if that's who you mean. Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, because we were talking. Right. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, there's that, and like I want to talk to him about like he works at cons, so I think it'd be cool to have like an episode where we talk about like Comic-Cons he's worked at and how that experience is. And because I know he's promoted for Quidd in the past. He has like a Quidd shirt and all that stuff. He has some stickers and all the fun stuff. He can tell some con stories. So that would be fun.
Is he going to be at LA?
This is the one he's not doing. He literally isn't doing this one. He's like, damn, what I choose not to do. He was at Dragon Con though. But...
that stinks. It would have been cool if he was. Oh well, we still want him on. Doesn't matter. Still want him on regardless. Yeah. So that'd be cool.
It's like you were selling him out of like, you know what? He's not going to the con. He can't be on. That's the impression you gave.
Sorry, I didn't mean it. I just said it because I was going to say could talk about the con, but other cons are cool too. Especially when we went to Dragon Con. That's cool.
I hope Quidd actually does a broadcast live from LA Comic-Con.
They were talking about doing some live streams from there, people, because there's a lot of people coming to Comic-Con that have stuff on Quidd. Like I think that John Doe's is going to be there, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the Cat's going to be there. And so there's quite a few. I think even maybe I don't remember for sure, maybe the Moon Dust, but I don't know. I'm not sure on that. I can't remember what they said. But they said there was a lot of different people there.
Can you make one request for me? Can you tell Aruba, because I know she'll be there, can you tell her to get me a poster and send it to me? I want a signed poster. I can't be there. Last minute, you know.
Of which
I want
one?
all the swag, but I'm not Florida Cat. I want because they're signing Florida Cat posters, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. John Doe's I'm not worried about because I mean I'll be getting a 1-of-1 I'll get that 1-of-1 canvas, which is pretty awesome.
Well, maybe
tell them to send me a swag pack.
I can
make those demands, right? That's fair.
Where's my swag pack? I don't get a swag pack.
We both tell them we both. Hey, listen, you do that. I got us alcohol last week. Try to see if you can get us a swag bag of something from the people that are going to be there. I think that'd be cool because then we can promote it too. That's another thing is we can promote it on stream to like try to hype some of this stuff up a little bit. Maybe even give it away.
Yeah.
If they have extra stuff, we can give it away live on stream. Why not?
That would be a really good
laptop gifts them away. We could ship. We could handle the shipping. Like, yeah. Tell them to get.
That's a really cool idea. Okay, yeah, I'll tell her. I'll ask her. Well, I won't tell her because it would be rude. You're doing this, but that's right. That's how you get doing this, whether you want to or not. Just find some cool stuff.
Or I'll drive out there.
Yeah, you should buy me stuff. That's how that works. I will ask. I will. Sure. I don't know what's going to be there. I don't know what we're doing. Some of the stuff that Quidd, the booth, is doing. There's got to be something they can get us extras of, and we definitely should be able to give out some stuff. See if I can get some for laptop too. Cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you longer because I know you have to put your kids to bed, and you know we're trying to keep these to where we're not running 2 hours. But I knew that would happen the first one. So with that said, we will see you next week. Get hyped for. I think John Doe's will be fun. I think that will be an awesome guest to have. I'm excited because, as many of you know, I love his content. I mean, I spent a lot of money chasing. No joke, huh? And I spend a lot of money on Cyber Monday. So, until next week, later, Quidiots.
That's still funny.
I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's pretty cool. All right.